Greetings everyone, Yasamika here. I'm going to share with you some further insight on how the Vesica Pisces works. There's the Vesica Pisces. So we have one bubble. This is the bubble of the self. So here's the subconscious ego. And here's the child. One of the jobs of the subconscious ego is to venture out of the bubble, have a look around to work out what it can bring back to the self. So what happens here is that his mum, and of course every child's brought up inside their mother. Now it's interesting because we go into a mandala, the subconscious ego does not need to go outside of itself. It only has to get the information from another person. So what happens is the child wants to relate with mum. So mum comes into the Vesica Pisces. Now remember, the whole job is to learn from mum or dad what's some positive patterning that it's going to be beneficial for the self of the child. So it's looking for equations all the time. And an equation is, if this happens, I get the effect. And it's positive. So if I come across a cause and I get effect, the subconscious will go, I'll jot that down or write it down in a program. So when we go back here, and mum or dad head over here, I have the equation on how that works. And I'll put it on a mind program. So what happens here, whenever the child relates with anyone, here's mum, here's dad, might be a brother, might be a bigger sister, have a relationship with that person. Here's the bigger sister, and here's the child. So if the bigger sister does an equation, okay, well, if we do this, we can get more pudding. That's beneficial for me, the self. So I'll learn that if I cause this, I get the effect. They've observed it off the sister. The sub has observed it off the mum, the dad, little brother, whoever. If it's beneficial for the self, they will observe it and take the pattern back to the self. Cheers again. So it has the pattern, right? So what it does is it goes, it'll relate with another person. And what will actually happen is that child will duplicate that equation. If I do this, I get that. So the child will do that with this person, and it works. So whatever the child wanted, might have been a relationship pattern, might be some love, some caring, might be a tangible thing, might be, okay, if I do this, if I clean up the bigger sister's bedroom, she's going to give me some money for some lollies. And it worked. So then the child comes here, and the self has just become the reciprocant. Because self did it with the older brother or sister, got some money, and goes, wow, that works. So then what happens is that, just to really make sure it's in there, the child will go and find another person, and they're going to initiate that patterning. They have their relationship, they meet, however that manifests, and then the mind of the child goes, hey, if I do this, will you pay me for cleaning up your car, cleaning up your such and such? And the person goes, yeah, sure, that'd be great. So the child takes the money back to the self, still working the patterning, working out how that patterning works. This one goes away. He or she's a winner because now she's got a clean car, clean bedroom, clean something. And you pop over there again. And this one goes, I've observed the pattern. And I brought it back to myself. I've been the recipient of that pattern because the brother or sister said, oh, yeah, can you clean up the bedroom for me and I'll give you some money? Okay. So then the sub goes, it's not totally embedded in the psyche until the sub goes, here, you go initiate it. The mind went and initiated it on this person, put the thought in their head, hey, I'll clean your car. Yeah, okay. I'll clean your car. Where's your car? Okay. Magic. So due to that action of jumping into the middle of that mandala, observing the pattern, being the recipient of the pattern, and initiating it, it's in there. It's cemented and embedded in there. So when the adult or that child goes, well, I need some money. So the sub goes, well, you got the software for it. If you find someone who needs something cleaned, they'll pay you for it. Pattern. Done. Then you go, what part of the ladder, what part of the pyramid am I? And it's like, well, you're only really being a labourer, so you're down here. You never had to work out any of their bills. You never had to do any head stuff for them or anything like that. Never helped them with their homework because that's head stuff. You were down here, you were their labourer. You were the cleaner, you tidied that up, tidied that up. So if you want to earn this money and you want to use this patterning, you're going to have to remain on the bottom of the pyramid. Cool, eh? This mandala has really opened things up. I hope that helps you understand how that works. We go into the center of the mandala, and you know, this is still working until 7 years old. So here's a male school teacher. And here's a female school teacher. So you meet them as a child in here. They're there to teach you things. So your subconscious mind goes to school going, okay, what am I going to learn today? This is a whole learning matrix. Whatever they teach you, if it's going to benefit the self, you're going to bring it back here. If it does not benefit the self, and you sat there as a child, and I can guarantee you, because I'm one of these, sitting there going, how's that going to help me? I have no idea. How's that going to work for me? So what happens, whatever they teach you, turn that over. It's like, no, you can have that back. I do not need that for the self. I need something that's going to benefit me and it's going to benefit myself. So the teacher goes back here. The subconscious goes, you can keep your learning because that is not going to benefit myself. And you'll go to another reality, find someone else or something else. Here's better use another person here. This might be dad's best mate. This might be your cousin, might be granddad, grandma, whoever. And then your sub will meet them in the middle, in the mandala, and you'll go, yeah, man, I want to listen to this person. They're interesting. And whatever they say, it helps me. And I can take it back here and I can use it when I'm an adult. Yeah. So that means that changes your whole learning experience. Some people are made to learn from schools, from a formal reality, from an institution, from a corporation, because schools, schools are usually owned and governed by the government. So yeah, some people are programmed to learn from here and haven't come from here. Other people go, oh, I need to go outside because I learned from Dad, who worked outside as a farmer, as a bushman, whatever it is, a forest, in the forestry, in the fishing. Dad never learned from here. He learned from nature. So therefore, if you have this patterning, you'll go out into nature and you'll jump into the mandala with nature, and you're going to learn from nature. And as long as you can perceive that you're benefiting for the self, you will bring it back. This day and age, where's the screen? Give me a screen, please. Here's a screen. So the children of today, I think I'll have a relationship with a screen. Now, I've got a certain amount of this because TV was around when I was 5 years old. And hey, I was the first one to line up to watch black and white TV. However, this day and age, what's on the screen is very different. It looks real. It's got all the right colors. It's phenomenal. Whatever the children are receiving and picking up from the screen and seeing that that's going to benefit the self, they're going to be fed from the screen and take that back here. There may be nature in here, I'm unsure, but this is the avenue where they are going to a screen, going to a telephone, going to a device, going to a PC, going to this day and age. The blinking TV screens are massive that they're using for all this gaming thing, so that the equation has changed. And this is a virtual reality. Back there, when I was talking about nature and actually talking to a human being, this is, to me, 3D. This is virtual. Okay, everyone, that's good. Have a look at it. That's how the vesica Pisces works. Just to go over it, part of the subconscious ego's job is to go in here, relate with something, relate with nature, relate to a dog, relate to a cat, relate to a human, see what's good for the self. Picking up cause and effect programs. If I am part of that cause, here's me. If I'm sick and horizontal, my mum's going to come and love me. That works. Right. So I take that back to the self. I observe it when I'm a child. I end up being the recipient of it because mum says, oh, you're feeling sick. Oh, well, lie down. I'll read you a story and we'll do this and we'll do that. Mum was a busy woman. So for mum to do this was rare. A very caring blue mother, but to do this read stuff, fantastic. It benefited the self. So my sub goes, great, I'll put that on a mind program. If I ever want to be able to relate to a female, one that I loved, she's going to be there, adult me. I would like some love. So the subconscious mind goes, oh, you need some love energy to benefit the self? Get sick. Throw a sickie. Cause illness. Cause pain. Cause whatever it is. And the effect is actually your mum is actually not passed over. You've moved on from your mum, but whoever you've replaced your mum with, your main female, she's going to love you because you're sick, you're horizontal, and you're programmed to actually create that to get love from your closest female, and that's going to benefit the self. And that mind program, the subconscious goes, that's right, I got that program put away nice and clean over here in the home reality. So as an adult, there came a time for me where I thought, I better clear that program because I'd rather be here with the woman I love, just being me, rather than having to be horizontal and crook to get her love. Cause and effect. I took the programming back to the self, grew out of mum, okay, married, partner, fiance, girlfriend for me, whoever it is. Before I cleared that program, that was the pattern that I found out in the mandala as a child. Cool. This is so cool. So cool. Okay, everyone. Have a look at that. That'll keep you busy.